This is Stephen. You're watching Zeitgeist. Today in the studio, we have a guest with us who's going to talk a bit about his experience in starting a new business in Hong Kong. Hey, welcome, Ben.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
It's nice to have you here with us.
Thanks, Stephen.
Okay. Ben, can you tell us a bit about your own background?
Well, I grew up in California.
Yeah.
And after college, went on to in the financial industry for about 20-some years.
Yes.
And then decided to move to Hong Kong for family, personal reasons.
But this is your birthplace, right? You were born in Hong Kong.
I was born originally in Hong Kong.
Yes.
So I was born here as a kid.
Yes.
But spent the majority of my life in the Western U.S. and California mostly.
Okay. So you're almost like an expat in Hong Kong, right?
Well, I do. In some ways I am, but in some ways I'm not, because I do have Chinese parents.
Oh, okay.
So in terms of cultural understanding and
Yes.
understanding some of the festivals and the importance of the cultural aspect, yes, I guess I'm more Chinese than the typical expatriate.
Okay.
But then on the other hand, I cannot read and write Chinese.
Yes.
So in that way, I'm actually more expatriate than a local Chinese.
Okay. You are now in the financial industry.
Yes.
Financial industry, professional in the financial industry. But I also know that you have your own business here, right?
Yes.
Aside from your day work, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So what drove you when you came to Hong Kong? What drove you to really start another business?
Well, when I first moved to Hong Kong, I wanted to take some time off,
Yes.
away from the crazy life of financial work.
Yes.
And I wanted to pursue a passion. And one of the things, I had the opportunity at the time to really explore what I wanted to do in terms of exploring this passion.
Okay.
And I stumbled across chess. Now, chess has been a childhood hobby of mine.
Yes.
And in a happenstance, by accident,
Yes.
I volunteered and coached some kids.
Yes.
In the first 2 months when I first moved to Hong Kong.
Okay.
And I found a passion in terms of communicating and spreading the love of chess and the benefits of chess to kids. And so I started Scholastic Chess in Hong Kong.
Your own company.
My own company. And
Yes.
that was 3 years ago.
Okay. When you arrive in Hong Kong, I think you're not really familiar with this place in terms of the cost of starting a business, the resources thing. Okay. So how long did it take you to really make up your mind to jump into it, to start a new business? How long after you arrived in Hong Kong?
It was within 3 months.
3 months?
Yes, it was within
that was
3
a lot of time, right? You barely know the place, right?
Well, yes, but I have within the first 2 months.
Yes.
With the pleasant experience that I've had
Yeah.
in terms of working with the kids and introducing and helping them improve in their chess, I felt the passion and I said, yes, I want to do something in this area.
Okay.
And
that was voluntary work, right? Voluntary
Yes.
work, yeah. Okay, yeah. And this experience, this voluntary work experience, led you to the decision to set up a business,
Yes.
which is not voluntary.
That's
It's
true.
in terms of making a bit of money, right?
Well, actually, the money-making aspect
Yes.
was not the primary thing when I first started. It was really I wanted a vehicle to basically spread the love of chess.
Okay.
And with a mission of bringing the benefits of chess to children in Hong Kong. Now, I can do that individually,
Yes.
or I can do that corporately.
Okay.
And I find that if you do things corporately, then you get more credibility.
Yes, yes.
And there's also the potential to maybe expand into more areas, like maybe bringing on additional coaches and maybe providing other kind of services to schools and kids.
Yeah.
So I figure that doing it, once I've decided on the mission, I figure that let's do it corporately.
But doing it as a business, in your words, corporate, as a corporate, okay, that definitely downsides to it, right? There's the danger of going down, right? Of losing money. isn't it? I believe a lot of your friends or people around you must have told you, Ben, don't do it, okay?
Yes.
There's a lot of risk, okay?
I was very fortunate that, yes, it is true. There were a lot of voices saying, Ben, this is not going to work. The rents in Hong Kong are too high, and this is...
salaries, right?
Salaries, actually, we first talk about the rents, and then the second thing is that, the chess is not going to be important. The parents won't focus on it because these are extracurricular activities that doesn't improve your chances of getting into good high schools, good secondary schools, or maybe getting them into prestigious schools, because these are not like the arts or the language schools, etc. And so there were a lot of naysayers.
Okay. Now, you're in the financial business.
Yes.
It's commonplace to give people this advice that when you want to start a business, then you sit down, do a financial projection, calculate your costs and your revenue, ask yourself where you'll be in 12 months. So did you, as a financial professional, did you go through that process?
I have to confess, I did not go through that process.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
But I did realize that the most important thing is that I needed to have revenues. I did not go through a business plan process, but there was a clear mission in mind, and that is basically spreading, communicating, conveying the benefits of chess to kids in Hong Kong.
Okay, tell us, Ben, in the process of starting and growing this business, you must have come across numerous obstacles, challenges, okay?
Yes.
Some of them can actually kill you, okay? Because I believe that starting a new business is almost like a process of a pilgrimage, okay? Yes. Can you recall some of those major or more important challenges, obstacles that you managed to overcome? Or maybe you're still in the process of overcoming. Can you tell us some of those obstacles?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I think when I first decided to launch Scholastic Chess, the first obstacle is getting students. Right, that's without students, you're not going to have the very first.
Because
step.
they're your clients, right?
Well, I guess you can. Yes, I mean, eventually you need to have your customers.
Okay.
Right, they're your clients, they're your customers.
Okay.
And so first off, I needed to get students as customers.
Okay.
And of course, the first thing I did was get a list of schools in Hong Kong and start
knocking the doors, right?
Knocking the doors, ringing on the phones.
Yeah.
And most of them, they say they're not interested, or say that this is not for us, and or maybe they're like in the middle of the term, because I started like in March, at the end of March. So that was in the middle of the school year, and so there were a lot of obstacles in sort of getting the first schools in.
Okay.
And I was very fortunate that 2 schools decided to give me a shot.
Okay.
And we started.
They are your first customers, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what is the determinant factor in them, from the customer's perspective, that they're going to go for you, give you a try, give you a break, okay?
Yes.
What is the determinant factor?
Well, at the time, I was just happy that there was a school taking me. And then it was like 4 to 6 months later.
Yeah.
Then I actually asked the principals of the 2 schools who actually were who decided to bring me on, or bring on Scholastic Chess as an extracurricular activity.
Yeah.
And I asked them, like, hey, by the way, what was the reason that you brought me on in the first place? Because I wanted to see, like, what can I learn? What did I did right or wrong?
Yeah, you want to repeat it.
I wanted to repeat it. And both of them gave the exact same answer.
And that is?
And that was that, I said, Ben, we could tell that you have a passion for chess and kids.
Oh.
And that was it. And they said they saw in that, and they gave me a chance.
You mean they can tell from their students they're getting this passion from you, right? They're just not learning the chess. They are actually playing it outside of the class time, right? Isn't it?
No, this was actually before. The question was the principals when I first moved them.
You mean, okay, when you go there.
The very first step.
Okay.
What made them sign off to say, yes, let Scholastic Chess in.
Oh, okay. So it's the passion factor that actually created this break for you, right? This first break for you, okay? So if someone now in Hong Kong wants to start his or her own business and they come to you for advice, okay, Ben, now I know you are a successful entrepreneur, you have got your own business going, okay? So what will the 3 pieces of advice, most important pieces of advice that you give him or her?
Well, the three things that come to my mind, first is that you need to have a passion for your belief and for the product that you're offering, whatever that may be. If you don't believe in that product, if you don't believe in your service, I think it's a very difficult road to basically go down. The second thing is persistence, because you're going to hit a lot of obstacles, a lot of difficulties, and it is through your passionate belief in your service and in your product,
Yes.
could you persist and push through
Yes.
those obstacles.
Yes, definitely.
And the third thing I would say is people. And it is very important to get the right people to work with you, not just as colleagues in the organization, but also people like around you outside of your firm who understands what you're doing. And in business, or at least in our business,
Yes.
we rely on a lot of people to help us, making the right connections, getting introduced to the right people, and these is really a people business.
Okay, so there's the 3 P's, right?
Yes.
The passion
Yes.
factor, then to be consistent, the persistency,
Yes.
and then the people.
Yes.
I think people will be a major challenge because the first 2 factors you have control over them. You have passion, then you're persistent. But when it comes to people, it's a random factor, right? You don't really have a lot of control over recruiting people. It depends on your candidates, okay? Whether
Yes.
the right candidates come to you, and the matching between your style and their style, it's quite a difficult thing. The third factor, the people factor, isn't it?
Well, between the 3 things, I think all 3 are difficult.
Yeah.
Well, probably with the exception of the first one, passion.
Yeah.
But that's you either have it or
You
don't.
have it, yeah, you have it.
But I would say the people aspect, it is something that you don't have complete control over.
Okay.
And it is very fortunate that I happen to be able to hire and bring on people who share the mission. Share the same goals and the right personalities to help me basically develop Scholastic Chess.
And I think the people factor is important because it is the factor that is vital if you want to grow your company, scale it up. Because you can do a lot of things, but you can't do everything, right?
Yes. Yes.
It depends on helping hands.
Yes.
And bringing on board helping hands is the factor that determines whether you can grow your company or not, okay?
Absolutely.
It can always be a one-man company and it still can be successful. But scaling it up depends on getting extra hands, helping hands, yeah. And tell me, from your perspective as an entrepreneur and as a boss, is it easy to hire people with the right talent, the right working attitude, to help your business grow and scale up? Is it a good experience? You must have been doing it for, what, 2 years?
3 years.
3 years now, okay, yeah.
We have had our mistakes in hiring.
Yes.
All right, I'll confess that we have had our mistakes.
Yeah.
I think the important thing is to learn from our mistakes.
Yes.
In terms of like the wrong hires.
Yes.
And sometimes it is a tough decision to make in the sense of not growing as fast.
Yes.
Until you actually have the right people in place.
Oh, that is a very good piece of advice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can see that there's an opportunity and you wanted to take it, but and then you shirk or you hire people who are not the best fit. And it will just come back to haunt you.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the difference in growing a company is being able to bring on board the right kind of people.
Yes.
so the company can organically grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell us, when you are hiring new staff, hiring new employees, now what are the essential or the main factors you're looking for in this particular person, this candidate? Look for, like, he or she must have the right qualifications. For example,
yes.
he or she must be interested in chess, love chess playing.
Yes.
Yeah, must be familiar with coaching school kids, students about chess. So what are the extra factors you're looking from these candidates?
Well, I think the passion for chess is a given. Without that, it's impossible to excel in this
Yes.
But besides that, I look for people who have very good communication skills.
Okay.
And who has a good temperament in working with children.
Oh.
Because we work with a wide range of children from primary school, from like year 1 in primary school, all the way through secondary schools.
Okay.
So you need to have someone who can work with different ages and children between year 1 and year 6 are very different.
Yeah.
So you need to have someone who's definitely good with kids.
Yes.
And communication skills, because we are not only working with the kids, with the
parents too, right?
You're working with the parents.
Yes.
You're working with the schools. So you need to have very strong and good communication skills.
Oh.
And so these are the most important features that we look for in our coaches.
And I think those are rare combination of talent, temperament, and skill sets, right? You don't find these people every day, you see?
You don't find them every day.
Oh,
yes.
I can imagine how difficult it is for you and how much effort you have to put into to get the right people to grow your company.
But I think a lot of businesses have those challenges because finding the right people at the right time, at the right place, I think that is really a very important element.
Okay. Now, I think from talking to you, I get the idea that why is it that a lot of prospective entrepreneurs they have how should I say it? They have trouble trying to grow their business. They start a business. They have the right ideas. They're in the right time and place to start a new business, but they come into the problem of growing their company, scaling it up. The market is there. The customers are there. It's mainly about the people factor, right? You need the right people to help you to grow the company, and that is not a lot of control you have because there's not a lot of control you have until the right people come to you.
Yes.
Then you can choose them. You have to wait, as you say, if this timing is right. But if you don't have the right people, you don't expand. You wait until you have the right hands.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ben, for talking to us. Okay.
Thank you.
It's nice having you.
Thank you, Stephen.
Okay. Now, we're going to come back next time, and we're going to bring you other great stories. Thank you for tuning in.